What is your dream fight?
If I get my dream fight is for the belt against Chechen.
That's the dream scenario for you.
Yeah.
You versus Khamzat for the belt.
Yes, the best.
Who's the champion in this scenario? He's the champion. You take the belt from him, or you're the champion and you defend it against him?
Yes. Well, I have no question about one fight, one matchup against Chimaev. I can bet everything on me. Everything. I'm so confident on that fight.
It has to happen this year, right?
This should happen. This has to happen, but they cannot force. Bro, you know how much the UFC, Dana White, everybody from UFC, all those guys they actually forced Khamzat to fight me in Abu Dhabi, and they made a very good contract, like $2 million for fight to sign this deal and fight me. Yeah.
После долгого простоя.
You know, there's been a long time of inactivity due to injuries. I had to fix some of the problems that I had. Now there's no ailments, there's no injuries. I'm healthy, I'm here. I believe that 2024 is my year, and by the end of this year, you'll see that the strap is around my waist.
He landed illegal knee on my face. Was probably 100% intentional, because you never throw nothing without intention when you fight. You know what I mean?
You know, with this fight on Saturday, are you viewing it as a #1 contender fight? Like you go out there and finish Magomed. Do you fight Alex Pereira for the title next?
100%. Like, I'm sure Ankalaev is the toughest guy now in the division. So this fight's gonna decide who's gonna be the next champion. Me.
All right, who you got, Strickland or DDP? Good question, man. I have said hi and talked a little bit with Sean Strickland, so I don't really know him whatsoever. I've never trained with him, never been around him. Obviously, I see him all over the place, and he's absolutely crushing it. Says some very funny things, says some controversial things, makes you think, ooh, is this dude going to get canceled? But DDP actually came down to Florida and trained with me, not with me, but with our team for a couple months when I was training for the Gaethje fight or the Ferguson fight, one of those fights. So I obviously know DDP better. Great work ethic, crazy good in all the different areas. I think that depends on who shows up. The one thing, the one X factor, the one separator that Sean Strickland has is he's a scary dude. He's a scary dude to fight, all right? He gives no Fs whatsoever. He does not care. He will go out there and he will fight you to the death if there wasn't a referee in there. If it wasn't in public and there wasn't a referee around, Sean Strickland would love to just fight to the death. And you can't say that about a lot of guys. So I love that about Sean Strickland. I think I'm one of those guys whenever I step inside the octagon. So it always depends on what opponent shows up, or how the opponent shows up against Sean Strickland. Is DDP going to be able to, withstand that, get that takedown, put some hands on him, be strong, be athletic? I think there's a possibility, but I also think there's a possibility where Strickland, gets in a guy's head and he throws a million punches in 5 rounds and wins, retains the title. But I do like DDP's chances because I do think he is well-rounded enough to be able to take it.
Yes, the opponent is a different opponent. I don't know what happened with Amir Al-Basi, but he's out of the fight. So now I'm gonna fight against Brandon Roybal. He fought for the belt in December. Nothing. I'm just ready. At the end, it's just about the next opponent. I just want the opportunity to fight for the title again. If UFC say I have to fight one more time before that, I will.
I was supposed to fight O'Malley because as a number 1 contender, but now he's fighting number 6 Chito Vera. I understand for company maybe it's better, or maybe stylistically I think stylistically it's a good matchup for O'Malley, but I'm still not sure who's gonna win this fight. I think O'Malley will win, but Chito has also chance. It's gonna be a good fight, and I will be there. I will watch, and after I will win against Henry Cejudo, I'm sure I'm gonna fight winner of this fight.
The only thing that I could say is that I'm going to start a petition, and I don't know if he's going to do it, but I want Bruce to introduce me as Jim Miller at UFC 300.
That is fantastic. That's fantastic.
How many signatures we getting, right?
Well, Leon Edwards is available, but as much as we love Rocky, does Rocky's name resonate enough for him to headline UFC 300? I mean, UFC 200 was headlined by Amanda Nunes and Miesha Tate. Granted, I fought Anderson Silva on there, Jose Aldo fought Frankie Edgar, and Brock Lesnar fought. So while they were the headline, Brock Lesnar headlined that fight card, even from the co-main event. It was supposed to be me and Jones, but then Jones obviously fell out. But does Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad move the needle enough to even sit atop the fight card? I would say put them on there. I think that Zhang Wei Li versus Alexa Grasso, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad should be on there. Those are 2 title fights that work for me. But I do agree with you in this sense. We need an attraction. We need an attraction for that fight night. I remember Brock calling me the night his fight got announced and saying Merry Christmas, DC, because he knew we were going to sell a ton of pay-per-views. He was like, Merry Christmas to you and your family. But it's like, we need an attraction, because the moment Brock was on the card, even though it was me and Jones, and we were on Good Morning America and everything else, it needed a little bit more, because it's one of those big cards, and you need something a little more than just title fights. The event needs to feel bigger than something we see over the course of the year. So I think you got to bring somebody back. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Brock or Ronda or any of those fighters from that generation past is really nipping at the buds of the executives to say that we need to be fighting on that fight card.
I was offered $3 or $4 million to take a dive in a fight here in Australia, and I said, are you serious? I said no, because that's just not me. That's just the way, although I could have done with the money, I was kind of going through some hard times with the separation and shit, but I could have done with $3 or $4 million, but that's just not my character. It's not me. I'd rather just go out in my shield and lose or die. I mean, that's not what I'm about.
Wow, someone flat out asked you to take a dive for that much money, for $3-4 million.
Yeah, of course. Why? When am I sitting here shitting in your pants and lying?
No. That's just crazy to me that someone would have the audacity to do that.
I've always been real about shit.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Is that the first time someone asked you to do that?
It is. It is actually. It blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
It blew my head right off my fucking shoulders, and I'm like, holy, how does it work?
Yeah.
But anyway, I just left that in the past. It's a kind of negative, but it's real. I didn't come upon that until then. So
We need an attraction. We need an attraction for that fight night.